Shabbos, we need to listen in a couple of minutes. Everyone envision Shabbos, feel Shabbos, feel the joy of Shabbos. It's Thursday, we're ready, it's there. Mama, she's preparing right now, we're preparing the table, food, we're learning, Beit HaMikdash, our relationships. So much. So Chevra, I hope that gave us a little taste of Shabbos. I'm going to have the song in the description below so we could continue the song. Always, always, always. So we touched upon the joy of Shabbos. And that's what we're going to speak about right now. But first, before we get into the Torah of Shabbos, Rabbi Nachman talks about in Likutei Moharan 24, all about joy. How one should make every effort to maintain a happy, positive outlook at all times. It is a natural human tendency to become discouraged and depressed because of the hardships of life. Everyone has their full share of suffering. Every single yid is different. Everyone has their personal sufferings. It's hard, it's not easy to be simcha all the time. And that is why you must force yourself to be happy at all times. Use every possible way to bring yourself to joy, even by joking or acting a little crazy. Right? Sometimes, while we're in the midst of pain, suffering, chus v'shalom, none of us should. Sometimes you just need to crack a little joke. Sometimes you need to listen to some Key and Peele and just be a little crazy. Make yourself laugh a little. Call a friend. But we all know on Shabbas Kodesh, everything is good, everything is good. We all know from Rabbeinu Nachman that one should be very careful to feel only joy on Shabbos. There is no pain, there is no suffering. There is nothing to compare with the greatness and the holiness of Shabbos. We all know that Shabbos is an aspect, is a bechina of Olam Haba. There is no comparing to Shabbos. Shabbos is infinite. Shabbos is all about Hashem. The key to honoring Shabbos is joy. Don't even show a hint of depression or anxiety on Shabbos, right? So the key to honoring Shabbos is joy, but maybe the preparation is also joy. Meaning by forcing ourselves throughout the week, as Chol, we all know is hard. Chol and Shabbos, Shabbos is Olam Haba, Shabbos is infinite, Shabbos is joy, Shabbos is Devekas, and we all know that Chol is hard. The second Shabbos ends, the whole Indian of Lavamaka, and there's so many reasons, but one is to really set the tone for the week by continuing Shabbos, to wanting to be in that state of Shabbos, even when it's Chol. So by forcing ourselves to be happy throughout the week is the hachana for feeling pure joy on Shabbos. Maybe that's a sod. Maybe that's something that Rabbi Nachman is telling us. Right? So we should even show a hint of depression or anxiety. What is my grade going to be on this final? What am I going to have to do for the week during the next week in the army? No anxiety. It's Shabbos. It's presence. Treat yourself to all kinds of delights in the food you eat, what you drink, your clothes, whatever you can afford. We all know that it's Hashem's cheshbon. It's Hashem's account for Shabbos. Doesn't mean we should always go for the blue labels, and get 1,000 shekel a blue label. But it means if you could spend a little extra money on the black label as opposed to the red label, then Gewalt, Shabbos, or a little extra money on the white shirt, or the shtreimel or the begesha. couple extra dollars. Food of Shabbos is completely holy. We all know that. It is purely spiritual and filled with godliness. It rises to a totally different place from now the food of the 6 working days. Right? So this is definitely connected to the sod that we're speaking about. How the joy throughout the week, this is the deepest. Right? We all know you're the happiest person alive. Right? The first 6 days, right? The 6 days of the week, it's so hard. We have all the stresses, the anxieties, the depressions. Rabbi Nachman is telling us to force ourselves to be happy. So we can compare that to the food for the 6 days. Right? The food during the 6 days is not purely simcha. It has hints of depression, it has hints of anxiety. But on Shabbos, that food is purely simcha. Therefore, we should be simcha. Right? Because the food is so holy, we're so holy. Oh, that's such a connection. Rabbi Nachman concludes, make an effort to feel the joy of Shabbos and you will find true happiness. Right? So by being happy, by being present during Shabbos, will help us attain true happiness and that feeling of Shabbos for all 7 days of the week. All the time. Right? The food that we'll be eating will be the holiest food on a Tuesday afternoon. We should get to such a level. The simcha that we feel on Wednesday can be related, can be connected to the joy I feel on Shabbos. Can be just as much, can be on a level just like Shabbos. But we all know Shabbos is higher. But it's Hashem, Chavra. We should reach that place, and I don't know if everyone's frozen, if Tamar's frozen, if Chaim's frozen. Could be everyone's frozen. We don't know. The connection here is mamish, not the best. But we're stealing Torah wherever we are. Before I open it up to the Chavra, I don't know if anyone can hear me, but I just want to say I'm sorry for last night that the Wi-Fi wasn't amazing and that we didn't get a video out. But I hope everyone saw the Heilige Rishner story from Rav Shlomo. It's the deepest story in the world, just all about honesty. Oh, now we're seeing screens. So Chavra, anyone want to share anything with Kavod Shabbos?
Ready. It's just a shiloh when you say that we should always be the simcha. Like, does that mean happiness and dancing? Because like I know people who their simcha is like work. So does it necessarily mean like putting a smile on their faces and joking and laughing? I don't think so. Jack, you're muted, bro. Yeah, there you go.
Maybe what Rav Nachman is telling us is that sometimes the internal affects the external, right? But in this case, the external can affect the internal. Meaning inside, we could be feeling this feeling of depression or sadness or anxiety. But if we force the happy font, if we force that smile, externally can affect the internal. Maybe. Right. Or maybe it's the opposite.
Right, I hear that.
Or maybe Chaim, or maybe the depression, the anxiety, and the sadness is the external, right? How it's not actually internal. Maybe it's the opposite. It could be both. It could be one or the other, the external, the internal. But I don't know. I don't know.
I look at it. Right.
Gewalt.
Nah, dude, I heard what you're saying. It's a cool point.
All right. Seder. Anyone else have anything to share? Samson, we're just talking about Shabbos. That's all you need to know. How do we make the external internal? That's the deepest question, right? Just seeing it in words, it's like even deeper than. Yeah, no. Times like I just asked that question.
I have an answer. I haven't.
Chaim has the answer.
No, but I have it. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Our bodies and our machshavot and our ratzon is what comes from within, and then how does that manifest itself in the chelik hachitzoni, in action, right? Like the inside is our desires, and that manifests itself into the outside world through our actions and how we behave. So to make the external internal, it's to take the actions and reinforce those actions with reasons and with desires, and then that creates a link between your inside and your outside, because the actions are based on what's happening inside. Follow that?
No, I think we followed exactly. Chaim, that was beautiful. Chaim, that was beautiful. Thank you for that.
Appreciate that, Steph.
Anyone else? Adele, Tobin, before we conclude Shabbas Kodesh. Oh, Chaim, you have another question from the Beit HaMikdash, straight from the Beit HaMikdash. I think it's getting too Kabbalistic, but I'll ask the Chaver. Maybe we could just have a thread in the comment section. We never use the comment section on the YouTube channel, but what if my internal rejects the external?
Well, first of all, we got to think very, very carefully about what the external is. If we're smiling and we're not feeling it inside, think about why we're smiling. And if it's for a good Torah reason, that we're smiling, for example, then we have to think of it inside. It's like that muscle with the Rebbe Akiva and the drop of water in the rock, and like even if I'm bummed and I'm smiling, it doesn't feel right. It's weird. And it's kind of like against my feeling at the time. I have to understand that although my inside may be rejecting it, that's what I meant to be feeling, so I'm going to stick with it and keep fighting, So when you feel the rejection, think carefully about what the external is, and if it's worth your time to make that external also your internal, then keep on pushing.
Chaim has all the answers tonight. All the answers. He's on fire. He's on fire even on the bus. Like, Chaver, we just have to see this for a second. Like the stealing Torah that Chaim's doing right now, it's gewalt. People think the bus is a time for sleep. It's a time for being alive.
I slept too. I'm just not tired anymore.
We all know, for Rabbi Nachman says, stories aren't meant for bedtime stories, meant for waking up. I think that's what he says. Gewalt. We should all learn the rooster story from Rabbeinu. It's the best story in the world. Oh my gosh. Link in the description. We just got to add so many links to the description. We just got to fill it up. Sadel, you have anything to share? We just were able to see your shining face.
Yeah, I heard an idea. The Holy Zohar says that if you switch around the letters of B'Simcha, you get Machshava, right? So Chaim was talking about like how he doesn't think Simcha is just like dancing around, being a little goofy, putting a smile on your face, like having that expression. But there's actually this internal drive and this mindset where you can be happy. So what does that actually mean? Like, is it something that's coming from an external source, or where you can have an experience that results in you having the emotion that arises within you that gets you to a state of happiness? But in my humble opinion, I think there's an internal drive, something that's coming from inside. It's in the mind, it's in the neshama that's coming to put you in a sense in a state and the mindset of happiness where you are content with who you are and you're happy with who you are and you just want to keep growing and keep striving and keep climbing up that mountain,
Beautiful.
It's just fire.
Thank you, Sides.
Just fire. it's the
My
joy.
my phone's overheating, and I had to turn the brightness down because I was blinded. So
His
much
phone
light.
is overheating. Oh, gewalt. No, this is mamish. We're already feeling the joy of Shabbos. Wow, Chevra, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for coming on. This is honestly the best. Honestly, the best. You guys don't even know. You don't even know. Bezrat Hashem, we should be together in Israel soon, together, dancing, preparing for Shabbos, with some holy tishes, some holy Torah, some holy strumming of the guitar. Hopefully, I'll know how to play in the next month. But Bezrat Hashem, we shall all be healthy, happy, successful, whether we're in the library, but the heart is in the Beit HaMikdash, whether we're in America, bringing the fire and the light of Israel to the family, to the community, to everyone around him, or whether we're on the bus stealing some Torah, just oh my gosh, there's more. The mountains of Simcha are endless. Just as we feel we've fallen to the lowest depth, we really are at the start of the next mountain of Simcha. Chevra, I got to copy and paste that. There has to be the bracha, the ultimate bracha for us tonight, from Rav Samson. So Bezrat Hashem, we'll continue on Sunday. Everyone have an amazing Shabbos, a Shabbos filled with joy, a Shabbos filled with connection, and Bezrat Hashem.